This Philips Norelco OneBlade 360 face version is the most popular OneBlade version that's out right now. In fact, this has 20K plus sales in just the past month on Amazon at the time of making this video. So I'm going to unbox this with you here today, but more importantly, I'm going to give you all the specs and features you need to know about this razor. So getting this open here, you can kind of see how this is presented. Right here we've got the body, and it's a nice kind of like highlighter green / yellow mix here. As far as the feel of the body of this is a rubbery silicone type feel here. So overall, the grip on this is very nice. You could use this in wet conditions as well. So if you do have this in wet conditions, that is definitely going to come in handy. And these are a little bit recessed grooves here too. So yeah, very nice and easy to handle there. It's a little bit more slick here and kind of more like plastic. You can kind of see the sheen on the rest of the body here. There's also a little recessed area, kind of a little dimple right here that naturally guides you to the power button. So that's really nice as well. Right here you got your eject button. So if you just slide that up, that is going to eject your blade. So when it comes time to replace that, you can just slide your old one out and then go ahead and pop your new one in like that. You also get right here, this is the blade. You're going to get that initial blade and they give you this cover for it. So it's nice for travel. That little plastic cover is great. This is the 360 blade. So these are different than the original OneBlades that do not pivot. So these kind of have a little bit more movement on them and stuff. I'll show you here in a bit, but this just attaches down into here and we can get that on there right now if we want. They say that it'll last you about 4 months, and that is based on 2 full face shaves per week. It's going to depend a little bit on how thick your facial hair is, how much you have to shave, how often you truly shave your face. This blade and kind of the OneBlade in general isn't made for people who want to have a super duper close shave and always want to shave and things like that. This is for someone who's okay with not getting the closest shave in return for more comfort. So like I said, it's 0.2 millimeters without the comb, so you're gonna have a little bit less irritation on your face and things like that because of it. If you're someone who deals with skin blade irritation from razors and things like that, then this is a great option for you. I've been super happy with it, and I still do get a pretty close shave with it. Another thing of note about that blade is, say you'll have this blade wear kind of eject symbol that formulates and appears after a certain amount of time, like kind of once it wears. So in addition to seeing a possible decrease in performance, that's how you know when it's time to change out your blade. So this looks pretty good here. As you can see, definitely nice ergonomic design. A little bit of just some specs in this part right here. A couple dots, I guess, there for kind of a little bit of enhanced grip in case this is wet. You can't use this wet or dry, so that's really nice. You'll also, of course, get the manual in here, and you're also going to get the charging cable. It's a traditional USB-A over to the proprietary charging tip that you're kind of used to probably with electric razors. I do wish they would have just used like Type-C or something like that. I mean, how nice would it have been to be able to just charge with the same cable you charge your phone with? Also in here, you can get a 5-in-1 stubble comb. So it allows you to cut in 5 different lengths. Compared to my older OneBlade Pro, that one went up to 9 millimeters. So this is a little bit shorter than that version would offer with that guard. So a very interesting looking attachment here on this one. And it isn't super easy to figure out at first. You can see here, this does have some play on it. So as you're going to be using this to shave, to take this off, I pretty much have to get it to the end range there and it clicks off. But looking at the manual, this is the way this goes on. You want to have these kind of like spokes facing down, the teeth going forward here. So essentially you put the front, like the top part of this razor, you kind of guide it in like this, and then you press down and you see that catches into place like that. This is 1 to 5 millimeters here. So you just kind of press on here. You see I can pull this back, and you can see kind of how the comb there will change accordingly to a different length. So say you put it on like 4 millimeters here, this is what this looks like. If you're doing your face, you're going to be coming up like this. And as I said, I mean, you do get a bit of, flexion here. And as far as the angles, you get, a few different angles there that'll definitely help. You can see the amount of play here. I would almost set this before you put this on, because once this is on here, this is pretty kind of loose feeling. And to set this, I think the easiest way to do it then is like hold it like this to give it some support, because Otherwise, it does kind of move around quite a bit, but this isn't too bad, I guess, if you hold it like this. This is a plastic guard, so, you know, this doesn't feel the smoothest operation-wise, but you kind of get used to dialing this in by going just one number at a time. Kind of interesting. I did not expect this kind of guard on here. Again, for disengaging this, you're just literally going to go all the way up, and that's going to pop out and disengage. Because let me show you trying to do this. Like I said, if you don't have this connected, you know, you don't have to worry about it kind of rocking around on the razor then. So I would say it's probably honestly easier to set this when it's not connected to the razor. You know, put it on, say if I want to go to 3 now, put it on 3, get this up in the front here, pop that down, and now we are engaged. So probably the biggest difference between this and other OneBlade models is the battery. So this has a nickel metal hydride battery. It's rechargeable. So typically those are more affordable, and compared to a lithium ion battery, which is in the Pro, which is the version that I've had and been using the past couple of years, there's definitely a bit of a difference in performance overall there. So the nickel metal hydride battery in this, typically they have about a 2 to 3 year lifespan and about 500 charge cycles. A lithium ion battery, such as in the Pro, has more about a 5-year lifespan, 1,000 cycles. It's got a lower self-discharge rate also, so when it's sitting, the discharge is probably going to be a little bit more on a model like this versus the Pro. So again, depending on how often you're going to shave and how often you're using this, and if you have time to charge it, that's going to be a big differentiator between some of these models. This 360 face has a 45-minute use time and about an 8-hour charge time. So that's going to be something where you're going to have to charge this overnight most likely, or, you know, after you use it, you'll have it charging through most of the time of the day. For the Pro version, for example, that has the lithium ion battery, that has a 90-minute use time, so it's double the use time, and it charges in only an hour compared to 8 hours for this one. So this razor is definitely more budget friendly, but the performance is a little bit different compared to, say, the Pro model. The really nice thing with these OneBlade razors, though, is that you can use these wet or dry. You can use these with shaving cream, you can use these with shaving gel, and you can just rinse this off, let it dry. They're super easy to use. They're very durable. My other one, like I said, the Pros lasted me 2 years, and now I've got this one. So this is the most popular OneBlade out there right now, and it has that new 360 functionality compared to some of those older models. I do think part of that popularity is the price and the value that it offers. But like with all things with value, there's going to be some trade-off. As I mentioned, this is that nickel metal hydride battery versus a lithium ion battery, so your usage time and your charge time is definitely a bit different. The comb on this one too, it's going to be a little bit shorter then, since it goes to 5mm max versus, like I said, on the old Pro, 9mm. So if you want to keep your facial hair a little bit longer, this comb only goes to the 5mm. But I love these kind of razors. They're super portable, great for travel, you know, great for storing away. So I'm a big fan of kind of the OneBlade 360 and just the OneBlade lineup in general. If you want to pick up a OneBlade 360, there's going to be an affiliate link in the comments and description, and I will put the link to that Pro version as well in case you want to look at that option. So I've already made a ton of content on the OneBlade Pro. I'll link to some of those videos here at the end in the comments and description, but please let me know if you want to see any other specific content about this OneBlade here. I'll probably make a few videos on any of the suggestions that I get down there below, but I will be doing a full review video for this, and I'll be making a whole playlist around this. So definitely make sure to hit that like button if this was helpful, and please subscribe. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.